Please like and subscribe to the channel. This is very important for the channel development.
Okay, so let's get right into it. Artificial intelligence, it's not some far-off sci-fi concept anymore. It's here and it's reshaping our world. But nowhere is its potential more profound or the stakes higher than in medicine. We're talking about everything from discovering life-saving drugs to creating treatments just for you. AI is kicking off a revolution and we're gonna break it down. And hey, if you need any proof of just how big a deal this is, look no further than the 2024 Nobel Prize in Chemistry. It was awarded for using AI to predict the incredibly complex shapes of proteins, the literal building blocks of life. This isn't just another small step forward, it's a fundamental, groundbreaking leap. In fact, what they did was solve what scientists have been calling a 50-year-old grand challenge in biology. For decades, trying to figure out a protein's 3D shape, just from its genetic code, was this monumental, almost impossible task. But then AI models like AlphaFold came along and just cracked the code. And by doing that, they unlocked a whole new era for medicine. So let's start right there. What does solving this grand challenge actually mean for us? Well, think of it like this. A protein's shape is everything. Its structure determines its function. So if you know the shape, you can finally understand how diseases work on a molecular level. And more importantly, you can start to design drugs that fit into those proteins like a key into a lock, stopping the disease in its tracks. Now, this is where it gets really mind-blowing. Traditionally, bringing a new drug to market has been this painfully slow, incredibly expensive process. We're talking 12 to 14 years on average, and it can cost somewhere around $2.6 billion with a B. What AI promises is to just shatter that timeline, compressing years of painstaking lab work into months, or maybe even weeks. It's a total game changer. But here's the thing, predicting protein structures, that's just the beginning. It's an absolutely foundational breakthrough for sure, but it's really only one tool in AI's massive new medical toolkit. Its impact is starting to be felt across the entire drug development pipeline, and even in the day-to-day healthcare we all experience. Just take a look at the typical drug development pipeline. You've got all these steps, right? From identifying a target in the body all the way to preclinical testing. Well, AI is now being woven into every single one of these stages. It allows for something called in silico screening, which is just a fancy way of saying we can do virtual testing on a computer instead of in a physical lab. And the ultimate goal here, the holy grail, is something called de novo design, creating a brand new drug from scratch entirely inside a computer. This could save billions, and more importantly, lead to safer and way more effective medicines. And it doesn't stop in the lab, not by a long shot. AI is already being used to analyze medical images, like X-rays and MRIs, sometimes with superhuman accuracy. It's helping doctors create personalized treatment plans based on a patient's unique genes. It can even help predict patient outcomes and automate all that boring administrative work, which frees up doctors and nurses to focus on what actually matters most, the patient. So, okay, we've got the tools, we've got the applications, but what about the results? Is this stuff actually working? Well, this is where the story gets really, really exciting. We are finally starting to see tangible proof that this promise is becoming a reality. So check this out. The success rate for drugs discovered using AI that have gone through phase 1 clinical trials is somewhere between 80 and 90%. 80 to 90. Now compare that to the roughly 40% success rate for drugs found using the old school methods. That is a massive, massive leap. It suggests that AI isn't just faster, it's actually much better at picking the winners right from the very start. And as you can see, this isn't just a few isolated success stories. The number of drug candidates developed with AI that are entering clinical trials is growing exponentially. It went from just 3 in 2016 to 67 in 2023. The momentum here is absolutely undeniable. Things are moving fast. This acceleration is so important, especially when we talk about one of the biggest health threats we face today, antimicrobial resistance. Basically, bacteria are evolving to outsmart our best drugs, and we are desperate for new ones. So where does AI tell us to look? Well, the answer is a little unexpected. That's right, in the DNA of a woolly mammoth. Scientists are using AI to search through the genomes of extinct animals. We're talking woolly mammoths, Neanderthals, even giant sloths, to find new antimicrobial molecules. It's a wild field called molecular de-extinction. The whole idea is that ancient life had to fight off ancient germs, and their biological code might hold the secrets we need to fight our germs today. As one researcher, Dr. Cesar de la Fuente, puts it, we see molecules as documents of that history. Molecular fossils we can read to extract useful insights. And AI is basically the tool that lets us finally read that ancient code to find molecules that could save human lives right now. It's incredible stuff. Okay, so this all sounds amazing, right? We've got cures from woolly mammoths, Nobel Prize-winning breakthroughs. It's really easy to get swept up in the hype. But now it is time for a necessary reality check. Because the road from an AI's promise to actual clinical practice, it's filled with some major obstacles. So yeah, if AI is so powerful, what's the catch? Why isn't every hospital and every lab just plugging these tools in tomorrow? Well, the reality is deploying AI in the real, messy world of healthcare is incredibly complex. The challenges really boil down to 4 main categories. First up, you've got data quality. AI models need huge amounts of clean, consistent data to learn from, and anyone in healthcare will tell you that's notoriously hard to find. Second, and this is a big one, is algorithmic bias. We'll come back to that in a sec. Third is workflow integration. You can have the smartest AI on the planet, but if it doesn't actually fit into the chaotic, high-pressure way a hospital works, it's useless. And finally, there's regulatory control. The simple truth is our laws and safety checks are struggling to keep up with how fast this technology is moving. And this is so key. The technology is only part of the story. A lot of these AI projects don't fail because the algorithm was bad. They fail because of people and logistics. Things like staff resisting change, the AI disrupting how they already do their jobs, and different computer systems that just refuse to talk to each other. But of all the risks, the one that people are most concerned about is algorithmic bias. And here's the problem. Our historical medical data, well, it's a reflection of our society, warts and all, including all its existing inequalities. So, if you train an AI on that data, it won't just learn medicine. It can also learn and even amplify those historical biases. So you could end up with an algorithm that works great for one group of people, but is way less accurate for another, creating a really dangerous gap in care. It is a huge challenge to solve. And really, all of these problems kind of circle back to one fundamental issue. A staggering 63% of healthcare stakeholders say that poor data quality is the single biggest barrier to getting AI to work. It's simple. Without high-quality, diverse, and representative data, none of this promise can become reality. So where does that leave us? The promise is immense, but the dangers are very real. The path forward isn't about choosing between human doctors and artificial intelligence. It's about figuring out how they can work together, smarter. I love this quote from Dr. Jonathan Stokes. He says, AI is just a pipette. It's just another tool in our toolbox. And that's exactly it. It's not some magic bullet that's going to replace human expertise. It's a really powerful instrument that, in the right hands, can speed up discovery and improve care. But it still needs a skilled, thoughtful human operator calling the shots. And to get there, we need a clear roadmap. That means developing transparent, ethical rules to fight bias. It means specialized training so that medical staff can actually understand and trust these new tools. We absolutely need clear regulations to figure out who's accountable when things go wrong. And crucially, we have to make sure that the benefits of all this amazing technology are shared by everyone and don't just make existing inequalities even worse. Which leaves us with this final critical question. The technology is moving at an incredible speed. The algorithms can find the patterns, they can design the molecules, and they can point us toward a cure. But can we build the social, the ethical, and the logistical systems we need to actually deliver that promise to everyone? That's the real challenge ahead of us.